So, what if I told you there's a way to learn like 10 times faster? And I mean, without drowning yourself in textbooks or spending all night making flashcards. You're going to want to stick around because we are about to declassify some methods that are seriously effective. Just forget everything you've ever been taught about studying. You know, that slow, painful process. We've all been there, right? Feeling like you're just spinning your wheels. But what if the problem was never you? What if it was just the method? What if there's a mental shortcut you just haven't been shown yet?
Well, there is. And look, these aren't just some trendy productivity hacks from the internet. These are the actual protocols used to train CIA agents. These are people who have to learn entire languages in just a few weeks or memorize huge dossiers in minutes. And today, you're getting the official briefing.
All right, let's open the first file. Protocol 1, Environmental Conditioning. This is all about learning to control your environment no matter how chaotic it is, and turning it into the perfect place for your brain to absorb information. Now, this first technique, it's going to sound completely backwards. We're always told we need perfect silence to focus, right? Well, agents are trained to do the exact opposite. They thrive in chaos. And get this, they even learn how to absorb information in that fuzzy state right between being awake and asleep. So here's your first mission, should you choose to accept it. It's called hypno-learning. Right before you go to sleep tonight, find a video on YouTube with 4 Hertz theta waves and just let it play. This puts your brain in a super receptive state. Then quickly glance over your notes or whatever it is you're trying to learn. And here's the secret agent part. Snap your fingers. Seriously, you're creating an audio trigger, a little mental switch you can use later to snap right back into that focus mode. Next, it's time to train for the field with chaos learning. Think about it. An agent has to be able to focus under pressure. So for you, that means studying while playing some cafe or street sounds in the background. Then, to really level up, set an alarm to go off every 7 minutes. Yeah, it's going to feel disruptive at first, but as you gradually increase that chaos, you're forging a brain that can filter out anything. Your concentration will become bulletproof. Okay, on to Protocol 2, sensory triggers. We are literally going to weaponize your 5 senses. See, your brain already has this built-in hardware that connects senses to memories. We're just going to hijack it and turn it into a learning superpower. You know how a certain smell can just instantly take you back to your childhood? That's sensory memory in action. It's this incredibly powerful instant recall button that's already in your brain. Agents just learn to press it on purpose to create these mental hotkeys for critical info. So here's how you build your own sensory arsenal. Pick a specific flavor of gum, let's say cinnamon, and chew it only when you study math. Or grab a red t-shirt that you wear only when you're memorizing vocabulary. Then, when the test comes, you just have to recall that scent or that color, and bam! It's like unlocking a file in your brain. The information just comes flooding back. Let's move on to Protocol 3, the Memory Palace. This one is a classic for a reason. It's all about turning a place you know inside and out, like your own home, into a giant, invisible cheat sheet that only you can see. The whole idea is actually pretty simple. Our brains are amazing with spatial memory. I mean, you don't have to think about how to walk from your bedroom to the kitchen, right? You just do it. By linking pieces of information to specific spots in your house, you make remembering that info just as effortless and automatic. Okay, let's make this super practical. The bathroom mirror you look at every single morning, that's where you mentally place your 3 most important tasks for the day. The refrigerator door, that's where you stick that one key formula you absolutely have to know. The front door, that's the main idea you can't forget. Every time you walk past these places, boom, you get an automatic, effortless review session. Protocol 4 changes how you actually structure your study time. So forget about those long, draining study sessions where you grind on one subject for hours. We're switching to the 10-minute mental sprint. The official term is active interleaving. And the protocol itself couldn't be simpler, but man, is it powerful. You study one topic for just 10 minutes. Then, when the timer goes off, you switch. You jump to a totally different subject for another 10 minutes. Then a third. You just keep cycling through 3 or 4 completely unrelated topics in these short little bursts. So why on earth does this work so well? Well, because when your brain is forced to constantly switch gears like that, it can't get lazy. It has to actively work to retrieve and store different sets of information. This process literally builds stronger, more flexible pathways in your brain. It's like cross-training for your mind, and it's been shown to basically double your memory recall. Okay, you have the individual protocols. You've been briefed on the techniques. Now it's time to put it all together. This is your 4-week mission plan to assemble your complete mental arsenal. And you don't have to do it all at once. That's the key. You build these skills layer by layer. So week 1, you just focus on mastering sleep learning. In week 2, you start integrating chaos learning. Week 3, you start building your sensory triggers. And then in week 4, you bring it all home by restructuring your study time with active interleaving. See, you just stack one new skill each week. By the end of this 4-week mission, you're not really studying anymore. You're just downloading information. Your brain will be conditioned to focus, to recall, and to learn on a level you probably didn't even think was possible. Basically, your brain is now in turbo mode. But I have to leave you with a little word of warning. When your ability to learn just skyrockets past everyone else around you, well, let's just say you should be careful. We wouldn't want you getting in trouble for having an unfair advantage. Now, would we? And I want you to remember this one last thing. The whole point of all these techniques, it isn't to make you work harder. It's to make learning feel natural, intuitive, as easy and effortless as breathing. Now go on. Your mission is waiting for you.